अब्बास अली, मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, ये है फजीलत मेरी। मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, ये है फजीलत मेरी।
बिन्ते अहमद की दुआ से हुई खिलकत मेरी।
मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, मैं हूँ अब्बास अली।
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة لأهل التقوى واليقين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين بالقاسم محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المأسومين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى قيام يوم الدين. We are celebrating the Wiladat of Abul Fadl Abbas ibn Imam Ali alayhi salam. And Abul Fadl Abbas alayhi salam was born on the 4th of Sha'ban, and he is born in 26 Hijrah. So in Karbala he was 34 and a half. He is a magnificent personality who has many different qualities. He is an excellent example, role model for all people. His knowledge, his courageousness, his obedience to the Imams, his ibadat, his jihad, his generosity, and many other qualities. There are many books on him compiled by many different scholars. There is a 2-volume book in Farsi which is compiled by Ali Rabbani Khalkhali, which is an excellent piece of work on Abul Fadl Abbas alayhi salam. And there are others who have also compiled by Syed Abdul Razak Muqarram, and many other scholars have written on him extensively in Arabic, in Farsi, in Urdu, in many other languages. He is the army chief in Karbala. For him to be the commander in Karbala from Imam Hussain alayhi salam tells you a lot about him. And for Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, in the presence of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, to bury him separately, to give him a separate haram in Karbala, and there are only 2 shrines that have independent, there are 2 independent shrines. One is of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and in his Dharih are Hazrat Ali Akbar, Hazrat Ali Asghar, and very close to him are all the Shuhada in one place, and near him is Habib ibn Mudahir. But for Abul Fadl Abbas alayhi salam to have his own haram in Karbala tells you a lot about him, tells you how great he is and how tremendous his personality is. So very briefly I'll go into his personality. He is, after the 14 infallibles, the scholars believe that he is, after the 14 infallibles, he is the greatest personality, leaving aside Hazrat Zainab Kubra. Zainab Kubra salam alayha is the greatest personality after the 14 infallibles amongst the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. So in Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, after the 14 infallibles, the 14 personalities, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, Fatima Zahra sallallahu alaiha, and the other Imams, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain alayhi salam, Imam Zainal Abidin alayhi salam, and up to Imam al-Mahdi, and after them it is Zainab Kubra, and then Abul Fadl Abbas. Abul Fadl, his kunniya when on his birth Imam alayhi salam gave him was Abul Fadl. Abul Fadl is father of Fadl. Fadl, he also named his son Fadl, but also Fadila, and Fadl is virtue. So he's the father of virtue. He's the father of virtue, personality. So he was very virtuous in terms of he was the father of fadail, father of virtues. And he is famously known for his courage, his courage of fighting the enemies and controlling large armies. So he fought, according to many historians, in Siffin, and he was only 13 then, or probably younger. And he's known for a few qualities. He's very learned, but his few qualities are outstanding. Number one, his wafa, his faithfulness to the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. He is extremely faithful to Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain Islam after his father. And in his ziyarat, you read the words, Assalamu alayka ya Abul Fadl Abbas, al-muti'u lillahi wa li rasulihi wa li amir al-mu'minin wa li Hassan wal Hussain, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So this word that if you want, in the Holy Quran it says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu atiyu Allah wa atiyu rasulah wa ulil amri minkum. O you who believe, obey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, obey the Holy Prophet, and obey the ones manifested with power from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ulil amr. Now, if you want to see one example who has followed all of those obedience to the highest level, then you just look at Abul Fadl Abbas once. So he is obedient to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is obedient to the Holy Prophet, and he is obedient to the Imams of his time. Imam Ali alayhi salam, fine, that was his father, but also his Imam. He was the son of an Imam. And then to Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and then Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he proved, the Ahlul Bayt. Imam Sadiq alayhi salam in his word says that he gave his life for his brother, for Ni'mal Akhul Muasi, and he's what a great brother to sacrifice everything for the sake of his master and his brother. His mother is an excellent personality who is famously known as Baneen, the mother of sons, brave sons, but her name was also Fatima. And Fatima bint Hizam. Hizam is basically, he's a tribal leader of Kilab, Bani Kilab. So his grandfather and his uncles and forefathers from his mother's side were all warriors. And Imam Ali alayhi salam had asked his brother Aqil that I want to marry into a family. Even though Imam knows as an Imam who to marry, but he wants the people to know and his brother to look for a perfect match for him, and who would bear him a son who would represent him in Karbala, who would fight for him in Karbala. So basically he wants a son who would be so obedient to Imam Hussain alayhi salam and loyal to him. Basically he wants someone who is loyal and a warrior. And hence he marries Fatima or Baneen. And Baneen has 4 sons. And the oldest one of them is Abul Fadl Abbas. The other sons are Ja'far, Abdullah and Uthman. Uthman was named after Uthman ibn Mad'un, the brother of the Holy Prophet and Imam Ali alayhi salam. Not directly, but he was very close to them. So Imam Ali alayhi salam said, I named my son Uthman after Uthman ibn Mad'un. And not the third Khalif, Uthman ibn Affan, but Uthman ibn Mad'un, who was very beloved to the Holy Prophet and Imam Ali alayhi salam. So nevertheless, so there are 4 brothers, and Abbas ibn Ali is the oldest. He is extremely loyal, and his mother teaches him not to call his brothers Hassan and Hussain alayhi salam brother. Don't call them akhi, ya akha. So he said, what should I call them as a young boy? And she said, because they're sons of Fatima to Zahra salam alayha, call them Sayyidi wa Maulai, or my master or my leader. So all his life, he called them Sayyidi wa Maulai. To both Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain alayhi salam. He was extremely loyal to both of them, and in his life he has proven to the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam and to the others that he is the most loyal personality to the Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. He is obviously amongst the Ahlul Bayt, but to the infallible Imams he is extremely important. The Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam have not praised anyone as much as they have praised Abul Fadl al-Abbas alayhi salam. And although he is proven to be very knowledgeable because he learned directly from Imam Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam, he learned how to fight as a warrior from Imam Hassan alayhi salam. But he was a teacher of all of his nephews, the sons of Imam Hassan, the sons of Imam Hussein. He did not teach Imam Sajjad al-Islam, but he taught Ali Akbar, Qasim, Abdullah, all the sons of Hassan al-Musanna. So he taught the sons of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein al-Islam, and the sons of his sisters and everyone else, his younger brothers, how to fight, how to use a sword, how to use bow and arrow, how to use a javelin. So he was an extraordinary, tremendous fighter. And his bravery was well known amongst the people of Medina. But his first quality is his loyalty to the Imams alayhi salam. Imam Ali alayhi salam sees him fight in Siffin, and also in Imam Hassan alayhi salam's time. And during the reign of Imam Hassan faced a lot of problems from the people of Medina, the betrayal from the people of Kufa, and many other issues he confronted with. When he moved back to Medina, many people started disrespecting the Imam alayhi salam, Imam Hassan alayhi salam. And it was Abbas alayhi salam who always stood up to defend Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and with Imam Hussain alayhi salam, it was Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam who not only defended but also answered the people, because it doesn't beseem right for the Imam to be defending himself all the time. But the Imams did answer the people when they questioned them, or they asked them, why did you not kill Muawiyah, why did you not fight him, why did you leave him to rule? Then it was Abbas alayhi salam who answered. Imam Hassan alayhi salam was left with no choice when people betrayed him, because the Imam's fight was not for himself, but it was for the people, for the Ummah. Nevertheless, we leave that to another time, but it was again Abbas alayhi salam in Medina who continuously defended Imam Hassan alayhi salam. When a blind person came to Medina asking for Imam Hassan alayhi salam, he had a stick where he had a nail in the stick, and when he asked the people where Imam Hassan alayhi salam was, he put his stick in the foot of Imam Hassan alayhi salam, and he made a hole, and his foot was bleeding. And when Abbas alayhi salam heard, he knew the punishment for the person who disrespects the Imam, and he went and punished him. So it was Abbas alayhi salam defending his brothers. He was always protective. And when Imam Hussain alayhi salam was called upon by Marwan and Walid to pay allegiance to Yazid, it was again Abbas alayhi salam who went with him to protect him. And Imam Hussain alayhi salam said, I don't need protection, but he said, I'll come with you. He said, yes, you come and you stay outside the palace, and if you hear me raise my voice, then you come in. So then only enter the governor house, or the house of the palace of the governor. And when Imam Hussain alayhi salam raised his voice, Abbas tried to open the door, and when he saw that the door, the gate had been locked, he pushed it down. He basically broke the door down, and he came inside, walked inside, asking for the orders of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, who to confront and who to fight and who to kill. And Imam Hussain alayhi salam said, no, this is the city of my grandfather, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, so we will not fight. And we'll leave Medina to go elsewhere, to not fight in Medina. So we'll fight elsewhere. So this is Abbas alayhi salam, who was extremely loyal. So his loyalty to Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Secondly, his second quality is his courageousness. He is extremely brave, and Imam Ali alayhi salam praises him for his bravery. and that he does not fear anyone except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Imams. He fear in the sense that he respects them greatly, so he puts his head down and does not raise his head to talk to them. You see, many times people are very strong and they are brave, but they are disrespectful because they are so brave and so strong. Bravery does not mean that you disrespect others and you bully others. Bravery means that you help the weak and you do not raise your voice and fight except for the evil and the oppressor. And that was the greatest quality in Abbas al-Islam. So he wasn't an angry man, and when he went angry he was out of control. No, in the greatest of his moments when he was in anger, he had the most control over his anger. In Laylat Ashura, in Shab Ashur, in the night, in the eve before Ashura, when the enemies attack, or not just the evening before, but 2 nights before. So tomorrow was the 9th of Muharram, and the enemies attacked in Karbala, and he came running to Imam Hussain al-Islam because Imam al-Islam had stopped him from fighting on 2nd of Muharram when Hur said that you move your tents. So he comes to Imam Hussain al-Islam and says that we've been attacked. The history only mentions the words. It does not mention the actions or the way those words were delivered. So he, the history, I believe that he's not informing Imam Hussain al-Islam that we've been attacked, but he's seeking permission from Imam Hussain al-Islam, saying that we've been attacked, so do you permit me now? You said we will not begin on 2nd of Muharram when Hur attacked. You said we will not begin the battle. Now we've been attacked, meaning they have begun attacking us. So shall I go and fight? So he's implying when he says that we've been attacked. And Imam Hussain al-Islam says, may I be your sacrifice? This he has not even said to Ali Akbar alayhi salam. So when he says this to Abbas, he says, go and ask them for 1 night's permission to say that we don't attack us tonight. Give us 1 more night. Abbas alayhi salam is not the person to go and speak to and communicate to the enemies of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Imam Hussain could have asked any person from his army, small group of people, companions, to go and seek 1 more day from Umar Sa'd, but he says it to Abbas. Why? Because it is the most difficult for Abbas to go and speak and take permission from Umar Sa'd and say, don't attack us. But he wants to show the people that, look, I am ordering Abbas, and Abbas does not step out of the line from the orders of the Imam al-Islam, even though he's the bravest and the most courageous and the most, the greatest of the fighters. But he does not say, I'll disobey the Imam. He does not stop. He says, if it is your order, then fine, I'll go and do this. And that's why in his Jihad-e-Asghar, he's doing Jihad-e-Akbar. Jihad-e-Asghar is to go and fight in the battlefield, and Jihad-e-Akbar, the small jihad is to go and fight in the battlefield, and the greater jihad is to fight against your own desires, against your own inner self. And Abbas proves that even in the greatest of the moments, he will never disobey the Imam of his time, and that's the greatest example for me. So he goes and tells Umar Sa'd, and Umar Sa'd says, okay, I'll give you aman, you are under protection if you don't fight. He says, hang on a minute, are you telling me to leave my brother and my Imam and my master? That will never happen. I'm only talking to you because my master, my Imam, my brother ordered me to speak to you. Otherwise, I would not even speak to you. So I'm only speaking to you because my brother has told me to. So this is the greatness of Abbas ibn Ali alayhi salam. The other and the last aspect of his life that I would like to talk about is his love and respect for the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, that he respects Zainab Kubra salam alaiha, he respects the daughters of the Aim alayhimus salam. So much so that they all feel protected under him. They all feel that when he's present, we can all rest and we can all sleep peacefully because Abbas is there to protect us. And Imam Hussain says that after his martyrdom, that, "O Abbas, the people who slept with peace will not be able to sleep after you. And the people who could not sleep because you were still alive, they will be sleeping in peace now because you are no longer there to protect or to challenge them." So this is his respect for the members of the household of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. A scholar once saw Abbas alayhis salam in his dream, and Abbas asked him a few questions, and the scholar could not answer, and he said, "Did you doubt my knowledge? Do you not understand that I am the son of Ali ibn Abi Talib?" So this scholar came and told the people how learned Abbas alayhis salam is. Or he questioned Salman al-Farisi, because the scholar had said that Salman is more important, Salman radiallahu anhu is more important than Abbas. So then he said, no, Abbas alayhis salam is superior and better and higher in all dimensions from the companion of the Holy Prophet, Salman al-Farisi, or Muhammadi, Salman Muhammadi radiallahu anhu. So it is Abbas ibn Ali who is from an early childhood known to be Abbas. Abbas is in Arabic a lion that is roaring, or a lion that the lions run away from. And Imam Ali alayhis salam named him Abbas when he picked him up and he kissed his hands, and Baneen started crying and said, "Why are you?" So Imam Ali alayhis salam asked her, "Why are you crying?" And she said, "Because I have heard that whenever a child is born to you, you always kiss them on the face, but probably he is not worth as much as the other children, and you have only kissed his hands." He said, "No, I've kissed his hands because he will lose his hands in Karbala. So that's why I've kissed him on his hands." So Abbas is extremely important to the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. They all have praised him. Imam Sajjad alayhis salam, in his words about Abbas ibn Ali, says that, "Inna li'ammi al-Abbas maqaman 'inda Allah yaghbituhu bihi jami'u shuhada." Indeed, my uncle Abbas has a position before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that all shuhada will long for his position on the Day of Judgment. So he has the highest and the best position amongst the shuhada after the 14 infallibles. We will end here praying that may Allah give us the ziyarat of Abbas ibn Ali in Karbala, and may Allah bless us with the intercession of Abbas ibn Ali, as he is an excellent and magnificent personality who will intercede on the Day of Judgment, who will also come back to this world when the 12th Imam comes, to show how strong and how courageous he was to take revenge from the murderers and the enemies of Imam Hussain alayhis salam. We pray that this happens soon. Wa akhiru da'wana an alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, ये है फजीलत मेरी। मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, ये है फजीलत मेरी।
बिन्ते अहमद की दुआ से हुई खिलकत मेरी।
मैं हूँ अब्बास अली, मैं हूँ अब्बास अली।